What's up?
Well, you guys talked a little bit about last night's game with the Cleveland
bit.
Cavaliers. Excellent, continuing as you were talking about with Chris Dempsey, an excellent series. Well, some good news for at least the Cavaliers and LeBron James. Iman Shumpert and Matthew Dellavedova look like they're going to be okay for Game 4. Shumpert had an MRI today on that shoulder, and it revealed a bruise, nothing more. Dellavedova, as you maybe talked about, spent the night in the hospital, having to recover from dehydration after that effort. That
He's not used to playing this many minutes. I can see why he'd be dehydrated.
Plus, he had rug burns.
Yeah. I don't know what the Cavaliers were going to do if they were both out. I mean, LeBron would have probably had to guard Stephen Curry.
You bring up a great point, because if you might have noticed through the playoffs, David Blatt, the head coach, is reluctant to play Brendan Haywood, Sean Marion, and Mike Miller at all.
Right.
He would have had to play them.
Yep.
There's a reason he's not playing them. They're just not very effective at this point in their careers.
They're well rested.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, my question with a guy like Matthew Dellavedova is this kind of just one of these things that we see during a finals appearance or something like that, where somebody who comes out of the woodwork from nowhere just has this unbelievable series, like probably maybe signs a good deal down the road, but then sort of fades off into memory, and it becomes one of these like bar trivia questions, like remember that guy?
You see it more in baseball than you do in basketball. Usually in basketball, the stars take over.
Except if you remember, and I'll just give you an example, and he's still in the league. I can't remember his name. The little guard that played for the Mavericks when the Nuggets were playing.
Oh, yeah.
And went to
JJ Barea.
But see, this is what I'm talking about.
Barea shows up, and I say it. I've nicknamed him the pest because he's bothering Steph Curry. You know, it's a guy in your face, and you've had people that you've been around, and they're in your face all the time.
I've been that guy.
Yeah. So I think what he does well is bothering the Warriors, and works well in this. They've got to run Curry off more not off more picks, but off more screens, and have him slamming into people and getting foul calls. But I think that probably as the series goes on, they'll figure out more things to do against him. But you can't stop a guy. George Karl was that kind of player. That's what kept George Karl in the league. His skin burns, on the floor, doing dirty things. That was George. That is
Hustling.
like a modern day George Karl.
Yeah.
And for the people who didn't see George Karl, this is exactly what he was. He was a point guard out of North Carolina that wasn't really that good. Wasn't a great shooter, wasn't a good defender, but he's just a guy that, if you work so hard, it should be a testament to everybody that you can actually accomplish some things.